couple of funny things have happened to me. Not recently, but since I've gotten way more in touch with my feminine side, started living my life much more as a woman. Um, that made it clear to me that wow, who I am is very obvious to the people around me more than I think it is, regardless of how I'm dressed. Okay, that I can be standing there as a guy and people will still see me as a woman or as girly. Okay, um, just because that's my nature, that's kind of the vibe I give off. And I think that if you explore this side of you, it's a good thing. Um, and I've shared before that this kind of changes you. Exploring it changes you. That the same thing is going to happen to you, that you won't be able to hide what's inside. That maybe now you hardly dress at all and it's like a dirty little secret. But if you start really seriously exploring this, it's going to wake up all those feelings and you're not going to be able to hide it. And maybe that'll make you a lot happier. I don't know. For me, it has. So I think I was at Walmart. I was buying, I don't know what, DiGiorno or something. And some guy came walking up that wanted to get something where I was standing. And he's like, oh, excuse me, ma'am. Oh, I'm sorry. I mean, sir. Because I was standing there just in my guy clothes. I think I'd been out running and I was just wearing my running clothes. But the way I was standing, I don't know what, kind of gave him the impression that I'm a woman. And I'm not on hormones or anything. But, I mean, at the time, I honestly felt very flattered by it because I'm a transgender woman. But he wouldn't have known that by looking at me. It was just maybe the vibe I was giving off. Okay. Another time I was at a concert in the summertime. It was probably a couple of summers ago, like 2 summers ago now. And I was dancing and stuff and having a good time and the music's playing and it was really fun. And some guy came up kind of drunk behind me. He's kind of this fat guy and he's like dancing and stuff and he can't really dance too well. But he's like, wow, I really like the way you move. And I was like, oh, I wasn't really thinking about the way I was moving. I was just moving, just dancing and moving. But I guess I was moving so femininely that it was getting this guy kind of excited, And I wasn't wearing anything feminine at all. It was just very typical clothes. I don't know, just kind of typical guy clothes. But it made me realize, wow, you know what, that I've changed a lot and that my feelings have kind of woken up. And sometimes it's kind of obvious to the people around me who I am and that there's something different about me, that I'm a very feminine person or a woman even, regardless of whether or not that's what I'm trying to project. That right now I'm sitting here dressed like this and I'm expressing my gender through my clothes. But even if I'm not, people still see me as feminine and as a woman. And that's definitely a big change that happens and, that might happen with you too. They might not see you as a woman walking around in man's clothes, but they'll definitely see you as more feminine because you dig around in your heart too much and things, and you can't hide what's inside. And, personally, I think that's a good thing. I think it's good just to be our true selves, to be who we really are, and not to be phony, and to be comfortable with that as it starts to happen with you. But it does happen.